There is an ongoing debate in the Indian social media about proposed construction projects at the Great Nicobar Islands. There are opponents of this project, and then there are supporters of this project. The opponents of this project are saying that this project will lead to an ecological catastrophe, loss of pristine rainforest over hundreds of square kilometers, and extinction of species that are endemic to this region, and so on. The supporters of this project are saying that national security and defense are of supreme importance and everything else is secondary. Now, I am very passionate about ecology, but in this video, I'm not going to bother you with my ecological concerns. Let's just talk defense, okay? And let us first understand where this Great Nicobar Island is and how do we intend to use it, okay? So here you go. This is the map, global map. This red dot that you see, this is the tiny Great Nicobar Island. This is its distance from the coastal city of Chennai is around 1800 kilometers. Okay, the intent is of building dual use facilities such as airports and ports that can be used for both military and civil uses to exert influence military posturing in this region. This strait is very much similar to the Strait of Hormuz. It's called the Malacca Strait, and a lot of Chinese cargo ships actually pass through this strait in order to reach mainland China. Okay, so intent, which people are already discussing on social media, is to exert military influence. So my question now is this: let us suppose we build dual use facilities over there, and unfortunately a situation arises where we have to defend it, like in a war. How do we intend to defend it? If there's one thing, just one thing that the war between US and Iran has taught the military strategists all over the world, that is, it is impossible to project military power, no matter how strong a country is, but it is impossible to project military power using distant islands as military bases. Why do you think the US failed to project military power in the Gulf region from its military bases? Because it was away from its mainland. So when it's away from the mainland, it is very difficult to resupply it, to defend it. Second thing, in the age of missiles and drones, these tiny islands where you have military bases are actually sitting ducks. They are targets. They become a liability instead. Okay, in the face of a saturating missile and drone swarm, they stand no chance absolutely. And so much as I understand the battlefield, if a situation like that arises, this thing would actually become a liability and would spiral into possibly a hostage crisis where the troops stationed there will be left without food, without supplies. The supply lines of that 1,000-kilometer through the open sea will be cut, and we will be faced, while among the war, will be faced with another liability, another responsibility of rescuing the troops from there. Okay, so please explain to me how can we defend those ports and airports which we are going to construct and are supposed to be dual use. How are we going to defend it, and how are we going to defend our troops over there if a war breaks out? Another argument is that we can develop the Great Nicobar Islands into an economic hub like Singapore. Really? What thing of export value is produced on the Nicobar Islands that we intend to export? There are no oil fields over there. So what are we going to do? Are we going to unload the Indian cargo at the Great Nicobar Islands, then reload it again, and then ship it and unload it again at Mumbai and Visakhapatnam and increase the cost twice? Or are we going to create a docking facility so that foreign ships can dock there and exchange containers? Is the economic value that we intend to gain anywhere proportional to the amount of destruction that we're going to create? The answer is no. So let me call this project what it is. It is an organized loot by the corporate and political class of India, which are in bed together. They intend to, only the trees on that island are worth millions. They intend to sell off all these natural resources, including the trees. They intend to allocate a huge sum of money in the name of developmental projects, and then siphon off 80% to 90% of it and fill their coffers. That is what it is. Organized loot.